Hey guys, I decided to do, because of my web series Dare to Serve Diary, a modern take on Hamlet. I've decided to do a series of vlogs about this play that I am really quite obsessed with, and I just thought it would be very interesting to show a perspective of someone who spent a solid year just kind of obsessed with this play, and just making different videos about you know, why this play is so important, and about the characters in the play, and about the plot of the play, and the symbolism, and the themes, and the motifs. And there's quite a lot to get to in that, and I figure it'll probably be a pretty long series, so I'm decided to break it down into like 5 to 10-minute videos just to save you guys time so you can skip one. So this is just kind of the introduction video where I just talk about why Hamlet is so important. Hamlet, to me, is probably one of the most important plays in the English language, and I'm not just saying that because I am extremely pretentious and it's what my web series is based on. I'm saying it because of all Shakespeare's great plays, Hamlet is the one that I think is most recognizable and has had the most impact on our culture as a whole. I mean, who among us can't quote at least one line or one famous quote from Hamlet? You know, you have the famous ones like, methinks the lady doth protest too much, and there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy, and thine own self be true, and you have all these wonderful little lines and soliloquies and monologues and things that you can just do. And of course, who hasn't seen The Lion King? And who is not familiar with, you know, Prince Hamlet and all his woes and the tragedy of Hamlet? You know, and this play is so deeply, you know, ingrained in our culture that it's hard to find a person who isn't familiar with it. I've actually never really come across someone who's not familiar with this play. Might just be me, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like this play resonates with so many people, partly because it's so famous, partly because it's kind of required reading. I mean, I was never forced to read it, but then again, I think we're supposed to read it in junior year of high school, and I graduated my sophomore year, so, you know, I probably missed that. I had read it by, 7th grade, though, so, you know, I was ahead anyway. Anyway, enough about how smart I am. Okay. So anyway, a lot of people are required to read Hamlet, and they don't. Well, I can't generalize, but all the people I have talked to have not appreciated Hamlet as its full, and I think that's because school, in forcing people to read things, takes a lot of the fun out of the reading. School makes things more about grades than about the interest of it, and so I think if people were to read Hamlet on their own, they'd probably find it more interesting. I think school does kind of ruin things. Sorry. If you were looking for my support in the public school system, you're not really going to find it anyway. My point is that Hamlet is just one of those plays that people know. And another possibility for this is because Hamlet is, I think, so relatable. Hamlet is a play about grief and about loss, and who amongst us has not experienced some form of grief or loss, whether it's for a person or for an object or for an animal. Some people, or at least most people, have experienced the losing of something. And loss is evident throughout this entire play, and so I think that's why it sticks with so many people, is they can relate to the anger and the depression that you feel in grief. And of course there's just so many wonderful lines and great imagery, and I can't even begin to touch on it. I'll probably do a video just where I either talk about monologues, or talk about symbolism and lines, or I don't know, something. Anyway, what I really want to talk about is just, you know, why this play is so obsessed about by people. I think it's more because this play is just so much fun to read. You know, everyone knows this play, and it's very interesting because this play is not particularly complex at its base roots. Hear me out. The play has a very simple plot. A character is looking for revenge. We've seen this plot before then, we see it, of course, now. But what really sticks about Hamlet is all the weird little twists and turns it takes along the way. Like, a lot of people don't talk about this, but Hamlet gets kidnapped by pirates. And it could be this whole other story, and it's reduced to like a paragraph. So I don't know, where's that movie? I will probably end up writing it, but my point is, I only have 20 seconds left. Hamlet is this whole branch of unexplored avenues, and in these videos I will attempt to explore them. Thank you, my name is Natalie Marco. Check out my web series. If you love Shakespeare, like this channel because he's all I talk about, and good night, Seattle!